I'm not ready to give up on this thing just yet. There was quite a few comments about the short that I removed on this chip, the T9308 EFI. I've just popped it back on just to see, you know, whether it was supposed to be there or not. And it's not made any difference. I've looked at the pinout diagram on the data sheet, and this pin here is an NC, which is no connect, I think, which means it doesn't do anything. So I'm guessing the solder blob, it's irrelevant. It's not going to make any difference. But I don't think it's supposed to be there. I could be wrong. Don't shoot me. C30. Now this is the one that was shorting on both sides in the previous video, as you can see there. And this capacitor goes into this chip, which is the Fujitsu MB3514, which is basically the RGB encoder chip, and it also goes into the main ASIC, the SEGA chip, the big one in the middle. And there's a short somewhere on that rail. So first thing I'm going to try is to take off the capacitor and see if the short's still there. Okay, let's test that. Yep, short's still there. Okay, since the short is still there, and I strongly suspect this chip, I am now going to try and remove this chip. Great. I don't know whether I did that or whether that was already damaged, which I think is just a ground. That should be okay. Let's see if the short's still there. Yes, it is. It looked like I'd ripped that pad off, but it's actually still there. That's on a ground. Continuity all the way up that, so I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just a piece of solder or something. I followed this circuit where the short is on C30. I've taken all the components off and the short is still there. There's a couple of different capacitors on there, and no matter what I take off, the short remains. So I don't want to do it, but I think I'm going to have to take off the main chip. Right, it's time to take this off. I may regret this. Alright, what do we think? Reckon the short's gone? I hope so. There she is, C30. Oh my god. Okay, after I foolishly rushed into taking that chip off. Well, I didn't actually. I did go through the circuit as best of my ability, but I did miss something. C30 is here, and if we follow it down here, I've taken these off here, these resistors, this capacitor, followed it through there, and it goes to, and here, but essentially this inductor, I think it's an inductor, L3 here, I've just taken off, and I've just popped it in my tester, and sure enough, it's an inductor, 0.02 mH, resistance 1.13 ohms, which sounds fine to me, but I don't really know. But look, leads on continuity, one probe on ground, back to C30, short has gone. The short has gone. Is it that inductor? What does an inductor do? These are the questions. I'm just going to go across all these and just make sure they're all making a good connection. We haven't got any loose pins. Right, the more I think about it, the more I think I'm actually barking up the wrong tree with that resistor, because it's 1 ohm. The resistance is 1 ohm. So if I test the resistance, or for a short on C30, wherever it is over here, it's going to show up as a short, isn't it? Because 1 ohm is low, but I don't think it actually is. So let's just test C30 again on this side. This is what I should have done in the first place. And let's see. So let's check the negative side of C30 first. Right, it's a direct short. Let's check this side. Yeah, it's 1.2 ohms, which is a short as far as my multimeter is concerned, but it's not, is it? It's not a short, that. I've just been wasting my time, haven't I? A couple of days ago I ordered another junk Mega Drive 2 off eBay. Now, it was a bit of a gamble because I know that there's at least 4 different variations of this board. It's arrived today and I've just stripped it down. Now this one's got no power. So I don't really know what's wrong. I'd love to just fix this one, to be honest, but I am just going to use it as a donor board. I think I've got quite lucky because this ASIC is exactly the same. It's exactly the same version, which is fantastic. And also, the RGB encoder here is exactly the same. That chip's the same as well. But everything else I think is different. And because I still strongly suspect one of these two, I'm going to use this board. I'm going to take those parts off here, and I'm going to try switching these out. I think I'll start with the RGB encoder. And there we go, that one's off. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the chip off this one, and I'm going to put it on there. It's exactly the same. It's the Fujitsu model as well. So, okay, so this is the chip off the donor board. So I'm now going to pop this on here. Right, so that's with the RGB encoder chip switched out. Let's give it a test now. Still nothing. Okay, so we know it's not the RGB encoder. Let's do it. Let's swap this one out. Okay, and this is the replacement from the donor board. So let's pop this on. I'm going to go around every pin on this, just make sure, because these are very close together. I'll just get it under the microscope and just double check that everything there is where it should be, and let's give that a go. Still buzzing. Oh my god! Yes! Get in there! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow, I did not expect that to work at all. It must have been the chip. I mean, I don't know whether I just got lucky. I didn't think I'd soldered it on particularly well, but it works. I just wish I knew why it had failed, because I don't really know how to test it any further. But obviously there was something not right with it. I just love to know what, though. That's the thing that's going to bug me. But you know, at the end of the day, it's now working. I genuinely did not think it would be. I don't think I've ever played this game before, but let's give it a go. Right, well it definitely works, doesn't it? I'll give it a few more goes and hopefully, you know, it'll carry on working. I'm still amazed that it's that I got it going, to be perfectly honest. How long it's going to last, I don't know. But for now, I'll enjoy it, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I actually really enjoyed working on both the Mega Drives. The second one was a big challenge, but you know, I feel like I've really learnt a lot doing that. So I'd be quite happy to work on these again. Might keep my eye open on eBay for some bargains. Massive thanks to everyone who commented on the previous video. Special mention to Ratchet Effect and Koala Bear. Without their help, I don't think I would have been able to do it, albeit I was quite lucky in the end, I think. So all that remains is for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.